You won't believe this. I found the cure for AIDS. Matter of fact, I found the cure for cancer. Matter of fact, I found the cure for breast cancer. Let me just brush my hair. I didn't find it, no. It was given to me by the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. God above all. Yes, this is a wig. But it's this way for a reason.
What's up, boy?
You know those moments when you always like either scratching your head or scratching here, scratching there? Well, it's because the gas, and you know, the gas bubbles inside of your body are traveling through your head. And as they travel through your head, this is my hair, you have to pop them with your hands like this, massaging your scalp. Just like that. And you can also fork your scalp. What you're doing is you're breaking down the cartilage inside your head, causing your scalp, causing your hair, your hair cuticles and your scalp not to breathe. So when it gets too tight, your head gets hard. This is why people go bald. When your head gets hard, the cartilage gets hard and it stops the hair from passing through. So wherever is softer, that's where the hair grows. And so if you break down, see how it's getting softer? See how it's tender? If you break down the cartilage in your skin, you make it soft. Taking a deep breath, you are massaging each part of your head, making it tender like a baby. I spit because those bubbles, they have saliva. They're filled with saliva inside, and they look like this. They look like this. You see this? That's a bubble. And people think it's a bone and it's normal, but it's not normal and it's not supposed to be there. So what you want to do is use a fork. Let me get a little closer here. See how the vein, see when people do like heroin, what they do is they poke a needle into the vein, and then they inject the crack cocaine or whatever inside. And what the cocaine does, it releases the blood, the veins. It frees the blockage, giving them a high because it's removing the hard parts inside of their vein. But you don't need to do that. All you need is to use a fork. And when you use a fork to inject, to break this down, at the same time, you're breathing. So you wanna open up your tonsils with your tongue. I fork my throat too, and so after I fork my throat, I fork these sides. See? Remember I told you. It's a pattern. And you can use a dildo. So when you get a dildo, what you're gonna do is you're gonna push onto the tonsils to make them all come out. And once you make them all come out, you're gonna use a fork to break this down. So it's gonna come out and pop out like this. See, what made mine pop out is this guy, I told you. He like kind of forced me, but not forced me, but he left me with no choice but to suck his dick. But it helped. The terrible thing is, every time I kept popping this, all I kept smelling was the bacteria. And people don't think they have bacteria, but they do, especially when you have pubic hair. And so I could smell it every time I popped. Every time I popped one of these things. And so when you do pop them, you're also gonna smell garlic or whatever it is you've been eating that's been hidden in there. You know when you go like, when you get those little chunks of white, very stinky things that sit in the back of your throat, that itch your throat? Well, that's the extra food that never went all the way down. And so it saves itself inside of your throat, and it gets worse if you don't gargle Listerine. Listerine is better. Why? Because it has that alcohol that kills the bacteria on the inside of your throat, so that you don't have like some, you know, if you don't take care of that, it's going to become like a disease. It's going to become a disease, and it's going to grow inside of your body. I haven't brushed my teeth this morning yet, but it's for a reason, so I can show you the big example. So you want to and you wonder why dogs do this. So you want to do that. If you haven't started, like, and you see this vein right here, because there's a big lump right here pressing on it. So you know when you have that turkey neck, you want to break that down with a fork. And you can actually feel it, because when I had my ear blocked, a lump, and I can even taste, it tastes sweet, like there's sugar, saved up sugar inside. And this is a cure for sugar diabetes too, because what happens is when you have sugar diabetes, there is sugar saved up in your vein, and then you keep eating more sugar, and it becomes a problem for your body. So you want to grab a piece of your skin. See, my ear just unblocked right now, and you want to trigger the vein. This guy. So you want to trigger that vein.
Come on, Chess. Left, right, left. Come on, Chess. Go.
You see how the veins sort of disappeared? So you want to do, you see those? What you want to do happens is the vein gets tight. See how it's like moving? There we go. So this vein is actually connected. This bubble is connected to the ear. So once you pop that, kind of, see, I'm an expert now, I'm getting good at it, but in the beginning for you, what you're gonna need to do is start with your face. Face and chest is number one, so there's a technique to this. Why you want to start with your nose? Because you want to prepare your nose for what you're about to release. Because what happens is if your nose is too tight or your face is too tight, you're going to feel congested. Once these bubbles get released, its oxygen is going to start to travel up to your head to find release. So if your head is tight, you're going to feel like you can't breathe, so you're going to lay back and you're going to, it's like you're going to hyperventilate. But you don't have to go through that. I went through that. What you're going to need to go through, start with, is your forehead, because this is where the oxygen travels up to. So you want to, there's a vein in here too. You want to pop those veins, allowing the blood to flow and removing the knots. They're knots. It's blood clots. That's what they call them, blood clots. So the blood clots sit inside of your head, causing you not to breathe, because you can breathe, but the oxygen is not correctly flowing through your in and out through your body, etc., etc. So I always wondered why I used to cut my hair a lot, but it was because I was trying to get my scalp to breathe, scalp to breathe, scalp to breathe. But really, what was happening was the head was high. What was happening was the head was the veins were there were blood clots that I was trying to pop, and every time I shaved my head, I would trigger them. But you don't have to shave your head anymore. See, like here, there's a knot inside of the veins. So what I'm doing here is popping. So you want to start with your head. Actually,